Hi, everybody. This is Sue Pine from Serenities Now. I want to welcome you to Tools for Peaceful Life. We're here with my special friend, Faira Wilson. She's back to tell us a little bit more about what's going on. If you missed our interview the first time, you really missed out, but you can probably find the replay, or I'd be glad to share it with you if you need it. But for anybody who doesn't know, Faira is a freelance artist. She's a gifted energy healer, coach, an amazing mom with little ones, lots of ones. And she likes to bake. She likes to cook. She loves her rabbits. Hopefully she'll share a little bit about her rabbits with us. She calls herself a right-brained jack of all trades. Welcome, Faira. Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Sue.
We're excited to have you. Excited to have you. And excited to have our viewers. We're glad you're here, and our replay watchers. So please let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're from. And if you have any questions, we'll try to, answer them as we go if you have any. So Faira, since we met last, you have a whole bunch of bunnies. Can you share a little bit?
Yes. So yes, I have a rabbitry, and it is called. Okay, my husband named it. I didn't. Okay. Farrah's Cuddle Corner.
Oh, I love it.
Yes, and we have your standard Rex rabbits, and they are some of the softest rabbits you can find. They are known for their pelts. Their pelts go for anywhere $10 to $15 a pelt on Etsy. They're really, really good quality, and they go from, they get anywhere from 7 to 11 pounds. So they get pretty big. People use them as pets. People use them for meat rabbits. People use them for their pelts. And well, my husband and me got him because he was like, you know what? The world is kind of crazy. Let's get let's have this for food storage. And I was thinking, yeah, okay, let's do that. I'll get my baby bunnies, right? And he's like, oh yeah, all your baby bunnies you want. So now we have like tons of baby bunnies, and I'm selling them all because I don't want them eaten. So I'm like selling all these rabbits, and Scott's like, don't I get to eat any? I'm like, nope.
No, it's like family. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's going to end up happening, that's why we got them. And I know how to skin one. I know how to gut one. I know how to tan one. Like I know how to do all that, but I want to try and sell them first.
Yeah, I get that. But so I bet your kids enjoy that.
Oh yeah. They do. They really do. Yeah. They just constant baby bunnies and just fluffies. They're so cute when they're little, and they're so soft. They're so unbelievably soft. But it's really fun because the kids are learning new things, and I'm learning new things. Like I thought I knew everything about rabbits. Oh no. No. In fact, this past couple of days I've had to soak their butts in Epsom salt.
Oh my goodness. Why is that?
So the little tiny newborns, the little babies, they when they eat from their mom, the mom then licks their hindquarters to try to stimulate, like a dog, stimulate them and to lick them up and clean them. Well, sometimes when they do that, some of the fecal matter can go up into their urethra. Ew, gross, right?
Yeah.
And I've been seeing some of them having a little bit of infection back there, so I've had to soak their little butts in the Epsom salt to relax them, to be able to help them get that stuff out. Yeah. So it's been, I never knew I had to do that before. I never knew anything like that. I was like, wait, what? Because I called my breeder and I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, do this. I'm like, okay. Hold their butts in the water. And they fall asleep too. They just
really?
Completely pass out. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like fun. So, what else are you doing? I know you're just full of all kinds of new stuff since we talked.
Yeah, well, so I'm trying to build my coaching practice, my coaching, because I have pretty much been coaching people my whole life. And so I figured, I may as well just start, charging people on how, making a business out of it, because I've been doing this
Right,
my
right.
whole life and I didn't really realize it. But people were like, oh, you're like my shrink, or you're my therapist, you're my life coach, just making jokes. And, or I thought they were making a joke, but then I talked to them later and they're like, no, you really were. I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm going into that, and then I'm doing my energy healing. And then also I am really diving deep into my book writing, because that has I really, really like hit it hard, like, about a few years ago. And then I kind of got distracted having my other kid, and, getting to IOI and everything. And I've really kind of put it on the back burner. But now it's like, okay, I have so many book series and so many novels and so many just books in my head. My head feels like it's going to explode. Like, I have to get it all on paper. I have history, like it's fiction. I've got books about pirates and the legend of the Bermuda Triangle and Atlantis. I've got books that are, well, I've been told from people in the writing industry that it could be the next Game of Thrones, only without the extreme gross part of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
If that's in my book, it's innuendo. It's not written. I don't want to put that in my book. I have a book about police officers and how their lives are. It's called The Heart Behind the Badge, and how their lives are behind, in the back scenes, and how really rough it is, in fact, for the families. I have a book that is a modernization of Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it's actually Dracula's brother called Radu. I don't think anybody knew Dracula had a brother, Vlad the
No,
Impaler.
not
Yeah,
at all.
his name was Radu. So I'm making a modernization of Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it's his brother, because in my mind, in the book, it's not written out, but in my mind as the author, Dracula and all that already happened, like he's dead. Like, if you've read Dracula. So this is the modernization of his brother in today's world. Wow. So that's fun. I have all these books and stuff in my head that it's just, I have a crazy imagination. Ever since I was a little kid, my imagination is insane. It's just like, it's one of the reasons why I'm afraid of the dark. Like, I literally am afraid of the dark because my imagination is just crazy. Not to mention, being intuitive, with the energy healing and stuff, and being able to feel creepy stuff, but just my imagination takes over. But no, it's just really exciting. I have all these things, and then I'm also a freelance artist, and if people need portraits drawn, or if they want, like, baby, have you seen those wooden baby names on the walls?
Yeah.
I make those. I make little caricatures. I make those Grinches that are like pulling the lights off of the house, I pretty much do everything when it comes to art, but it makes me happy. It makes me happy to write. It makes me happy to do artwork. It makes me happy pretty much to create things and to help people. So I'm just diving in.
Yeah. So books, are they directed to more towards a certain age group, or do you have different age groups that you write for?
Yeah, different age groups. So my pirate one, that is going to be very much young adults. It's going to be kind of like the Harry Potter ones, like for that kind of age, where you're like, as you grow, it kind of gets darker, it's like Dragon Watch or Fablehaven. My fantasy one is going to be more adult fiction, where it's not going to be like super adult, but it's just going to be more for older people. The Heart Behind the Badge is pretty much going to be for anybody, pretty much. So I guess my range is kind of all over the place.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Yeah. So when can we expect to see some of your books?
Oh man, people have been asking me that for years.
Yeah.
If I had it my way, by the end of the year, I'm really going to try and get this, my vampire one done. I only have like a chapter left, and then I just have to go through and edit it all. And I'm really going to try and find an agent by the end of the year. It's really hard to find agents, like really hard. But once you find an agent, you're set, you're gold. And I do have some ins into the industry. So I'm like, okay, I have high hopes. I'm manifesting it. When I want something bad enough, I usually get it. So
Exactly. Yeah. So that sounds exciting. By the end of the year, I can't wait to see that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I'm actually illustrating the front cover of it as well. So
Yeah.
I figure
Wow.
if I'm an artist, I may as well illustrate one of my books.
That's right. That's right. And I've seen some of your artwork, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. I really think you should share more of that with the world.
Thank you. I
It's
have
really
been thinking
nice.
about posting a little bit more of my art on
Mhm.
social media to show people, because a lot of people
Yeah.
think, okay, like some of my group of friends, they're like, oh, she's a healer. Other people are like, oh no, she's kind of like a life coach. Other people are like, no, she's an artist. Other people are, no, she's a writer. So it's like, okay, I've got to kind of like incorporate everything
Mhm.
so everybody can see what I have to offer, and then if they like something more than the other, maybe they can come to me and I can do a service for them or help them out with something, or you know.
Yeah. Yep. I see it coming. Farah Wilson, creative, intuitive.
Oh,
Just covers it all.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
So tell
No,
us a little bit about your energy healing work. You have done some amazing things for me personally,
thank
and
you.
my house as well. You know, um, share, share with us a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, of course. All right. So I'm an energy healer. I have been doing things like this since I was 4. I've been doing meditations. I've been doing, in fact, when she talks about her house, I've been doing house clearing since I was a very small child. Like I never told anybody what I was doing because it was very private. It was just one of those things where it's just like, why tell anybody? And if I told anybody, would they even believe me? You know? So
Mm-hmm.
every house that I've lived in, like if I would feel stuff in my room or if I'd feel something, I would do my own little thing that made sense in my head to be able to clear out the negative, because I couldn't live like that. Being super sensitive and feeling different things and negativity, I couldn't live like that. Like I just couldn't function.
Right.
It's like it's just grimy.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I would do my own little thing that made sense to my little tiny brain or my little tiny self to be able to clear out the negative energy. And so in all the houses that we've lived in, they've always felt really safe. And it's because I was like, I have the intention, I'm going to clear this house and make this a safe haven, because I can't live in somewhere that's dirty in a sense.
Uh-huh.
So
You're talking like in the spirit world kind of
yeah,
dirty, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Thank you. I was like, just,
yeah.
not like I gotta go clean, but
Right, right. Yeah, we're
just
talking cleaning on a whole different dimension.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
You can walk into a room or walk into a building and it just feels almost like haunted or, just
yeah,
gross.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So I would just, at a very young age, I learned to clear things out. And in fact, my friend, she kind of got wind of it, my next door neighbor, and she's like, do you think you could do it to my house? And I was like, I've never done it to somebody else's house. And she said,
Right.
well, could you try it? Because my house is messed up. And I was like, well, your house is messed up. I knew for a long time. Everybody that's
Yeah.
lived in that house, like I've always felt it. Every time I go in there, I just feel it just when I look at it. I was like, yeah, you know what? Yes, I can do that for you. Let me come. I said, would you like me to do it energetically where I'm not there, or would you like me to come do it? And she's like, please come over. So I said, okay, I'll come over. And I cleared the house like I would do my own house, and I just went
Mhm.
through, and immediately, she's intuitive. Immediately she felt stuff, and she was like, what is happening? I don't like what's happening. Because when you start to work on a house, they come out to play. They're like, oh heck no, I'm
Mhm.
not leaving. I'm
Yeah,
not going
yeah.
anywhere. And I needed to shield her, which I normally do this. I shield people before I do anything. But I just went in and I tackled the house head on, and I found where the really big spots were. And one was a crawl space under her house, which was a huge crawl space, as big as her front room upstairs. And I just cleared it all out. But the funny thing is that, like, she felt it. She didn't want to go downstairs.
Mhm.
Her dog felt it, started whining, this big pit bull terrier, and
Oh my
she tucked her
goodness.
tail, started whining, and wouldn't go downstairs. I walked downstairs. I felt super dizzy. I was like, okay, we can't go down there yet. We need to shield ourselves. We need to figure this out, and then we can go downstairs and basically shield yourself with like light. And if you believe in God, light of Christ,
Yeah.
or the light of the universe. And anyways, I did this and I did her house, but then the incredible thing was that her friends, like she didn't tell anybody, but her friends came over to her house and they're like, I felt like I needed to come over here tonight. What did you do to your house? And she's like, what are you talking about? They're like, what did you do to your house? You did something. It's different. And they're like, well, good or bad? And they're like, no, it's good. Like I can actually stand here now. Like before I just couldn't even deal. I couldn't even come in your
Wow.
house. It felt so bad. What did you do? And so then she told them, and they're like, I'm so glad that you got it fixed, because I couldn't stand being in here. It felt so bad. And
Yeah.
in fact, like her and her boyfriend, they had so many fights, and I would just like look out the window and I would see them screaming at each other
Oh
and
my.
just awful stuff. And I told her, I was like, your house is playing with you. Like not necessarily your house, but the things in your house, they're trying to
Yeah.
like separate you two. They're trying to tear you apart. And I didn't need to tell her that for her to know. She knew. But then I worked on that, and I actually worked on her husband as well. And they've not been the same since. Like everything, it's just so calm and they're happy. And she's like, you saved us. You saved our relationship. And it's like, no, it's good. But, I don't like to take credit, because what I do, I believe in God. So I call it, a gift from God. I'm a tool for God. If you don't
Right.
believe in God, then I'm a tool for you, the universe.
But it's really God. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so it's been really fascinating. So I do house clearings, and that's becoming my niche, it seems like.
Yeah.
But
Well, you're
I
very
and I
good
do
at it.
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. It's I feel like my whole life it was preparing me now to be able to help other people, because it's not something new where it's like, okay, I'm going to start house clearing now. I want to add a tool to my belt with energy healing.
Mm-hmm.
No, like
Yeah.
clearing places I've been doing it since I was a tiny little kid. Um, but yeah, but so I've been working with people. I've been helping them, just helping them to gain their self-worth and heal from past traumas. But then of course also I'm doing the houses as well.
Great. So, how do people find you if they need your services?
So I'm on Facebook, Faira Wilson. I'm also on Facebook in Farah's Lighthouse, although that page is having a lot of issues and won't let me do a lot of stuff on that. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure that out. But I'm
Okay.
also on Instagram at Faira Wilson.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's it for now. But you
That's
can
great,
also,
though.
you can also
Yeah.
email me at WREEMUS@gmail.com as well.
Okay, great. And for any of our viewers, if you didn't get all that and you need to get a hold of Farah, I will be glad to help you connect if you can't connect. Any last little bit of advice for our viewers who are looking at tools for a peaceful life?
Oh man, I've got so many. Know your self-worth, and that is a very hard one. That is a very, very, very hard one. And for me to just come out and say know your self-worth, I know that won't do
Yeah.
much. But something that you can do to help yourself, because everybody
Mhm.
struggles with their self-worth,
Yeah.
is to stop saying things negative about yourself. But if you do, start saying the opposite.
Right.
So if you think I'm so stupid, stop yourself right there and say, no, I'm smart. I am
Mhm.
smart. And
Yeah.
recognize that you are in fact smart, and think of the ways that you have been smart in your life. So anytime those type of things come into your head, just switch it. And if you're finding it's really hard, I like to do write and burns. And I write down the bad thing that I said, and I'm so stupid, and I burn it. And as I watch it burn, it's gone, it's eradicated.
Yeah.
And then I go
Yeah.
to my journal and I write down, I'm smart. And then I write down another thing that's really uplifting.
Yeah.
And so anytime you think of anything negative, you burn that sucker and you write down something positive yourself. And eventually your mindset will start to change, and you'll stop saying bad things about yourself. And also just looking in the mirror and saying, you know what, I am smart, I'm amazing, and I deserve love, and I deserve to be loved, because that will help bring your life a little more peace.
That is great advice for a peaceful life. And if I could add, some places you just don't have the ability to burn something. But I have found it very therapeutic to just tear it up into little tiny pieces, as tiny little pieces as you can. So it's almost like a little pile of ashes.
Yes.
Such a great way of releasing that negativity. And
Mm-hmm.
I liked your suggestion about in the journal, not just writing like instead of I'm stupid, I'm smart, but adding something else. You know, put in a couple positives for any
Yeah.
negative you're releasing. Because you're right, we are all worth it. We're all deserving of the best in our life. We're lovable, you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're worthy of that.
Mm-hmm.
Farah, thank you so much for being with us today. And
Thank
viewers,
you.
thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here. And anybody who's watching the replay, please, you know, let us know you are here in your comments. And we just really appreciate it. And thank you, Farah, once again. You know,
Thank you.
it's been great catching up. Can't wait to hear more next time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.